In our English studies lesson today, we'll be looking at another very important topic on the grammar, and that is phrasal verbs. I repeat, phrasal verbs. What is our learning objective? By the end of this lesson, you should be able to define phrasal verb, say the meaning of some phrasal verbs, and use them correctly in sentences. Let's move on. We'll introduce the lesson by saying what a phrasal verb consists of. A phrasal verb consists of a verb and one or two prepositions. A phrasal verb consists of a verb and one or two prepositions. For example, we have go after. Go after. Here, go is the verb and it is followed by after. What is the meaning of the phrasal verb go after? It means to try to get or catch someone or something. To try to get or catch someone or something. If we are to make a sentence with it, this is an example. They were ordered to go after the thieves. They were ordered to go after the thieves. This means that they were ordered to catch the thief, to try to get the thief or the thieves. Another example of phrasal verb is go against. Go against. What does it mean? It means to do the opposite of what someone wants or not to be in agreement with something, to disagree with something. Go against something. It means that you are not in support of that thing. You're doing the opposite of that thing. Now, let's make a sentence with it. We must not go against the government directive. We must not go against the government directive. What does it mean? It means that we must not do the opposite, or we must not do what negates the instruction of the government. We must not disobey the government directives. Another one is go along with. Go along with. What does it mean? It means to agree with or support someone or accept something. That is for you. That is when you agree with. When you go along with something, that means you are in support of that thing or you have accepted that thing. It is good to go along with the new rules and regulations in the state. It is good to go along with the new rules and regulations in the state. What are those new rules and regulations in the state? That is, you wear your nose mask at all times. You stay at home. Social distancing. And when you want to cough or sneeze, you do that into your elbow. Those are part of the new rules and regulations in the state. So you must do what? Use a phrasal verb for that. You must go along with the new rules and regulations in the state. The sentence determines whether the verb in phrasal verb will be in the present tense, past tense, continuous, or perfect tenses. It depends on the sentence. If you are referring to something in the past, you know that it will definitely change to in the past tense. So it is the sentence that determines whether the verb in phrasal form will be in the present, the past, continuous, or perfect tense. Another example of phrasal verb is go in for. Go in for. What does it mean? Maybe sit for an examination or take part in a competition. Let's make a sentence with that. Immediately the pandemic is over, you will go in for your placement test. I believe you are getting prepared for that already. Yeah. You will go in for your placement test. Immediately the pandemic is over. Go in for is another phrasal verb. Another example is give up. Say give up, everybody. Give up. What does it mean? To stop doing something, especially something that you do regularly. Stop doing something, especially something that you do regularly. Let's make a sentence to show the meaning. I will advise you not to give up on your education, no matter what. That's a very strong advice and a good one at that. I will advise you not to give up on your education, no matter what. So you know the meaning of giving up now. So tell yourself, I will not give up. I will not give up on my education. I will not give up on my career. Good. Another example of phrasal verb is get across. Get across. What does it mean? To succeed in communicating ideas or information to someone else. I repeat, to succeed in communicating ideas or information to someone else. Let's use it in a sentence now. We will get across to you tomorrow. We will get across to you tomorrow. We will get across to you on school resumption soon. That is, succeed in communicating information to you or to someone else. After that, we have another example, get through. Get through. What does it mean to get through? That is to pass a test or an examination. An example of that in a sentence is, we're asking a question this time around. Were you able to get through the evaluation in the last lesson? Were you able to get through the evaluation in the last lesson? That is, were you able to pass it? Good. After get through, we have another phrasal verb, get over. Get plus over, that is get over. What does it mean to get over? That is to recover from a situation or get well again after an illness. To recover from a situation or get well again after an illness. Let's make a sentence with that to show the clearer meaning. After taking your medication, you will get over the feverish feeling. Maybe you are feeling feverish and your mommy tells you, after taking your medication, you will get over. That means you will recover from that feverish feeling. Call by. Repeat after me. Call by. Call plus by. Call by. What does it mean? To stop and visit someone briefly when passing their house or place of work. To stop and visit someone briefly when passing their house or place of work. Let's use that in a sentence. I have told all my friends not to call by my house until COVID-19 pandemic is over. I believe you have all told your friends too. They should not call by your house until after the pandemic is over. Another one is call off. Call off. What does it mean to call off something? That is to decide that a planned event will no longer take place. To decide that a planned event will not take place. Some of you should be able to give me sentences using that phrasal verb, call off. Can you? Yeah. You called off all your parties because of the pandemic. Good. I can hear that loud and clear. Now, this is my example. The meeting scheduled for tomorrow has been called off. The meeting scheduled for tomorrow has been called off. It simply means it will no longer take place. Activity time now. Are you ready? I trust you. You are to use the following phrasal verbs in sentences. Use them in sentences. You already know their meanings. Just use them in sentences. 1, go after. Another one, go in for. The third one, get across. And number 4, get through. You have just 1 minute to write the 4 sentences and your time starts now. Eyes on me. Are you ready? I know you are. Now, how many sentences have you been able to write? 4. Look at my examples. Go after. I do not need to go after him before getting him. I do not need to go after him before getting him. That's my own sentence. Go in for. He wants to go in for engineering at Lagos State University. He wants to go in for engineering at Lagos State University. Get across. We will get the message across to all primary 6 pupils. And the last one, get through. I'm very sure you will get through your exams if you study well. I believe you were able to write correct sentences using the 4 phrasal verbs. Good job, you. You deserve to be celebrated with a chair. Now to your homework. To your homework. You are to look for the meaning of the following phrasal verbs. You are to look for the meaning of the following phrasal verbs. Break up. What does it mean? Look into. Look after. Pass away. Proceed with. Make sure you do this homework. You know what comes after. Definitely you'll be rewarded with a pack of Good Life Magic Juice. We have come to the end of today's lesson in English studies. I hope you had a nice time studying phrasal verbs. Well done, children. Let me hand you over now to the mathematician, Uncle Agbaje, for your mathematics lesson. Well